Time flies. And an hour later, the applause finally ended with a groan. Jinya sat up, dazed, thinking, would what I just did with Mr. Shen be considered cheating? What am I even doing? Seeing her pensive look, Shen Yuan turned to ask, what are you thinking about? Jinya couldn't accept what just happened, and replied with a slightly sad look, no, nothing. Seeing this, Shen Yuan smiled lightly and said, don't overthink it, and don't put so much pressure on yourself. Just think of today as a release, and tomorrow morning will be a fresh start. Jinya heard this and turned to ask Mr. Shen, do you usually trick girls like this? Shen Yuan looked nonchalant, like a true bad boy, and replied, trick? I never trick women. I'm just good at evoking the deepest desires in their hearts. After Shen Yuan's psychological manipulation, Jiya began to doubt herself, thinking, is this my deepest desire? He understands me better than I understand myself. Do I actually crave a man like Mr. Shen? Then she asked, so where did I give myself away? Shen Yuan smiled slyly and replied, your eyes, your movements, your behavior, and even the things your subconscious craves. Jinya smiled lightly after hearing this and said, it seems Su Li was right. Men like you can easily devour girls whole. Shen Yuan smiled and replied, at least I'm not the type to not recognize someone after putting my pants back on. Speaking of this, Jinya's eyes were a little melancholic. But I feel like there's a stain on the relationship between me and him now. After hearing this, Shen Yuan reached out and flicked her forehead hard, saying, you silly girl. Do you really think that online dating with him is love? Jinya held her head, looking surprised, and asked, huh? You don't think so? Shen Yuan put on an all-knowing look and replied, you two have never had any real contact. All of your feelings come from text messages and voices. A lot of it is just your imagination. The better his image is in your mind, the more disappointed you'll be after meeting him. Hearing this, Jiya lowered her head and hesitated. Yeah, I admit you have a point. Then she said, but when you're talking, can you stop touching me all the time? Shen Yuan, while caressing her, asked, I thought we didn't need to be shy with each other anymore. Jinya blushed and replied, it's weird if we're not shy. Seeing this, Shen Yuan didn't tease her anymore and leaned in to suggest, let's not just sit here and talk. Let's go take a shower. Then, they both went to the bathroom. In the small bathroom, the sound of applause mixed with the sound of dripping water, creating an emotional melody. Another hour passed, and Jinya came out, her legs weak, and asked in a trembling voice, Mr. Shen, I can't imagine how your girlfriends can usually handle you. Shen Yuan wiped his head and replied, it's just basic operation. You'll get used to it. He looked at Jinya, his eyes full of surprise. Huh? On Jinya's head, the favorability finally appeared. 60 points. Shen Yuan thought to himself, Butler Ji actually has favorability points. The extinguish fire technique is really amazing. Thinking of this, he grabbed his phone and said, take the money, and if you're free in the next 2 days, you can go to the boutique stores and pick out some things. Just send me the bill, and I'll pay for it. As soon as he finished speaking, Shen Yuan completed the transfer. Jinya's message tone rang, and she reached for her phone. As soon as she opened her phone, the message of receiving a transfer of 50,000 yuan hit her eyes, making her excited, and she thought to herself, I expected Mr. Shen to be quite generous, but I didn't expect him to be this generous. Then she bowed and said, thank you, Mr. Shen. At this time, Jinya felt a little embarrassed, thinking, I'm so ridiculous. I just said that I'm not doing this for money, not a transaction. But now I'm accepting the money so quickly. I'm done for. There's probably no turning back now. After getting dressed, Shen Yuan left. Jiya, not yet fully dressed, hurriedly followed and asked, Mr. Shen, can I come find you later? Hearing this, Shen Yuan thought helplessly. Seriously? I just wanted to add some fun during my trip. Is she trying to steal my heart now? Seeing that he didn't respond, Jiya quickly waved her hand and said, don't get me wrong. I actually have travel plans too. I'm taking my annual leave next month, and Xingcheng is also in the plan. But I don't have any friends in Xingcheng. Shen Yuan turned back and replied, okay, anyway, we have WeChat, so just call me then. Then, as if remembering something, he asked, wait a minute. Didn't you say that your boyfriend would come to see you next month? Jiya looked thoughtful and replied, maybe I can't face him for the time being. I want to find myself again. Maybe you're right, I've idealized him too much in my heart. Looking at her expression, Shen Yuan thought to himself, although what I just said wasn't meant to ruin her relationship with her boyfriend, online relationships have too many uncertainties. This might be a good thing for Butler Jing. Thinking this, he patted Jinya on the shoulder and comforted her. But girls sometimes change their minds. Who knows? Maybe you won't think that way tomorrow. Jinya replied, Yes, maybe. After talking, Shen Yuan left. Ji Ya saw him off to the door, leaning over and saying, Mr. Shen, good night. Shen Yuan suddenly stopped at this moment, turned back, and said, If you don't want to do this job anymore, you can come to Xingcheng to find me. Ji Ya heard this, looking innocent, and asked with wide eyes, Mr. Shen, are you planning to keep me? Shen Yuan replied, Not really. You work for me, and I pay you. Of course, when necessary. You need to fulfill the responsibilities of a temporary girlfriend a little. Ji Ya smiled secretly after hearing this, thinking, This is the first time I've heard someone talk about keeping someone in such an elegant way. Then she asked, So, besides being a temporary girlfriend, what other work do I need to do? Shen Yuan turned to leave and replied, You'll know when you get here. You have a month to think about it, and I won't wait if you're late, he thought to himself. As the private butler of a high-end hotel, keeping her around will be useful. Moreover, Butler G already has 60 points of favorability with me, and she's someone who can generate profits at any time. Back on Jianya's side, she returned to the front desk. As soon as she entered, Suli was already waiting there, and as soon as she saw her, she said, Oh, our butler Jian is back. Ji Ya, while tying her hair back, replied, If you have anything to say, tell me. I'm tired. Suli didn't stop and said mockingly, laughing to death, You said you would never help customers do spas, but didn't you just go all the way to the finish line? Some people just want to do it and still build a shrine to chastity. Hearing these words, Jin Yao wasn't angry. She stepped forward and asked sarcastically, You've been waiting here for so long just to say these words? So are you just embarrassed into anger now? Being hit where it hurts, Suli hesitated and replied, Not to the point of being embarrassed into anger. It's just that I see some people who say one thing and mean another. They usually pretend to be more pure than anyone else. But in the end, they're just a cheap and flirtatious thing. Jianya continued to provoke after hearing this. Saying such harsh words, you must be angry. But you really should be angry. Speaking of this, Jia took out her phone, operated it, and said, Mr. Shen is quite generous. He not only transferred 50,000 to me, but also told me to go to the luxury boutique to choose gifts. Then she showed the transfer screen to Suli. Sister Suli, how much do you usually earn in one night? Is it about this much? After showing off the message of receiving money, Jinya continued to mock. Mr. Shen also praised me for serving him very well and wants to keep me. Sister Suli, have you ever met a customer like that? How do you usually handle these things? Suli was shocked after hearing this and stammered, Keep you? Speaking to this point, Sulai left resentfully, muttering, You only accompanied him for one night, and he already wants to keep you? Are you dreaming? I'm not going to talk nonsense with you anymore. After taking a few steps, Suli's thick heel fell off, and she staggered, almost falling face down. Seeing this scene, Jin Ya smiled secretly, thinking, I've been too polite to her before. Thinking that soon, maybe I won't have to be colleagues with her anymore. I really don't want to endure it any longer. Thinking of this, Jin Yao remembered Shen Yuan's appearance, giggled. Time flies, and the next day arrives. The trio is now chilling on a beach. Xin Yu hops out, running towards the waves, excitedly blurting, Sis, this is gorgeous. Nothing like the city. Chen Na, rocking a beach outfit with a plaid skirt, crop top, and wide-brimmed straw hat, follows behind, smiling sweetly. Yeah, it really is. She turns to Chen Yuan and suggests, Chen Yuan, let's take a group pic here. Chen Yuan, looking fly AF today, instantly agrees. Sure, let me find someone to take it for us. Just then, some random dudes stroll over, and our boy pipes up, Hey bro, can you snap a pic for us? One of the guys spots the hotties, and his eyes light up like Christmas, eagerly replying, I gotcha! Use my phone, it cost over 10 grand, the resolution's fire. His eyes glued to Xin Yu, he thinks. The straw hat girl's probably his waifu, but the other one looks single. Gotta slide into those DMs, who knows where it could lead. Chen Yuan catches his drift immediately, thinking, Oh, he's trying to flex? This dude's got his eyes on my sister-in-law? Alright then. Then he agrees. Sure, use your phone. The guy, hearing this, whips out his phone, smirking to himself, using my phone, then I can easily add her on WeChat under the guise of sending the photos. This guy will be calling me Big Bro soon enough. With that thought, he hits the shutter, capturing a heartfelt picture of the three. Then he starts directing, turning to Xin Ying. Hey, beauty, can you move a bit to the left? Yeah, lean forward a tiny bit more. She immediately follows his instructions, asking, Like this? The guy replies, Yes, exactly like that. Perfect. He raises his phone, adjusting the angle. Great, hold it right there. Just then, Chen Yuan's hand casually lands on Xin Yu's shoulder. Without hesitation, our boy pulls Xin Yu closer, catching her off guard. What's happening? Is Big Bro being handsy here? Xin Yu's eyes dart to Chen Yuan, her cheeks flushing red, unable to hide her happy smile. She thinks, bro is getting touchy-feely. I'm so happy, hope sis doesn't mind. Seeing this, the three guys are instantly dumbfounded, wondering, what's the deal with these three? Are both sisters with this dude? No wonder we can't find girlfriends. All the resources are monopolized by these Sigma males. All done, Chen Yuan walks over, saying, thanks bro, you're a lifesaver. Add me on WeChat and send the pic, and please delete it after sending. The guy reluctantly complies, forcing a bitter smile. Sent, boss. Deleted it too. Chen Yuan replies, I sent you a 200 yuan red envelope, please accept it. Thanks for taking the photos. With that, he turns and leaves. As soon as he's gone, the guy's two buddies swarmed him, berating him. Why'd you offer to take pics? Now we gotta suffer this lethal dose of dog food. Back with Chen Yuan, Chen Na walks towards the seagulls flying along the beach, excitedly saying, Chen Yuan, Xin Yu, we can feed the seagulls here, let's play. But Chen Yuan's mind is on Xin Yu. He thinks, this girl seems normal on the surface, but her eyes are a bit evasive. Hearing her sister's call, Xin Yu softly replies, and then she goes to play with the seagulls flying in front of her. Seeing everything unfold, Chen Na looks at Chen Yuan, thinking happily. Before, as a salesperson, I worked myself to the bone every month. Life was all about sales and quotas. I never dared to imagine such carefree days. Since being with Chen Yuan, my whole world has changed. Thinking this, she looks at Xin Yu playing with the seagulls. Xin Yu's just starting college. When she graduates in 4 years, she'll probably repeat my past struggles for money. Chen Na's eyes dim, her face full of thought. An idea flashes in her mind. But if I think about it, my sister and I being together with Chen Yuan, it might not be so bad. At least Xin Yu won't have to worry about making a living, or meeting jerks or playboys. How does that saying go? Sisters united can drain the Eastern Sea. Moreover, if Xin Yu really likes Chen Yuan, forcing her to stop might backfire, even damaging our sisterly bond. Chen Yuan would also feel that I'm not being considerate enough. Thinking this, Chen Na hesitates. But if I accept my sister and Chen Yuan, how will I explain it to my parents? Seeing her expression, Xin Yu worriedly asks, Sis, what's wrong? Are you catching a cold from the wind? Chen Na pats Xin Yu's head, smiling gently. No. She thinks, forget it, I won't think about it anymore. Let everything take its course. Chen Yuan also turns around and asks, what's wrong? Are you too tired? Chen Na replies, I'm on my period, so I get tired easily. I'm actually a bit tired now. Hearing this, Chen Yuan suggests, then let's stop here for today, we'll go back. Chen Na obediently replies, okay, let's go back. With that, the three of them leave the beach. Cut to a scene later, at a small garden in the villa, a table full of food has been set up. Jing Ya stands beside them, smiling brightly. Chen Xiansheng, Chen Xiaoji, this is a Yunnan cuisine prepared specifically for you, please enjoy. The three of them sit at the table and eat. Xin Yu occasionally glances at Chen Yuan, her face involuntarily flushing red. Seeing this, Jin Ya thinks. Her eyes are always cautious but full of longing. Although it's not often, it's clear this young lady probably likes Chen Xiansheng too. Judging from Chen Xiaoji's emotions yesterday, there's no way she didn't notice. Could it be that Chen Xiaoji has tacitly agreed? Thinking this, she contemplates. Chen Xiaoji has definitely, tacitly acknowledged it. This is such a mess. If it were me, could I accept two sisters sharing one husband like Chen Xiaoji? Probably not. While lost in thought, Chen Yuan suddenly speaks up. Steward Ji, have you eaten? If not, please sit down and join us. Jin Ya quickly waves her hand in refusal. It's okay, I'll eat at the staff canteen later. Hearing this, Chen Yuan says, eat with us. We can't finish so much food. Chen Na also adds, that's right, Steward Ji. Sit down and eat with us. Otherwise so much food will be wasted. Seeing this, Jin Ya doesn't refuse further, carefully sitting down beside Xin Yu. Just then, a sensation washes over her, startling her, her eyes widening. Underneath the table, Chen Yuan's mischievous foot is constantly rubbing, brushing back and forth. Jin Ya trembles, thinking, Chen Xiansheng, please. Your two waifus are sitting right next to you. You might have a under Chen Yuan's foot. Even though Jin Ya was struggling uncomfortably, she tried her best to appear natural, not daring to move even a little. Looking at Chen Yuan's indifferent expression, she thought to herself, both Mr. Chen's main wife and concubine are right next to him, how can he be so calm? At this moment, Chen Na also noticed that Jin Ya's face was a little red, and asked worriedly, Butlerji, is it too spicy? Jin Ya nodded quickly, and replied, I usually don't eat spicy food very often. Hearing the answer, Chen Na handed Jin Ya a bowl of broth and said, It's our oversight. Dip the food in this before eating. It won't be as spicy. Jinya quickly accepted and replied,
Thank you, miss.
Time passed quickly, and half an hour later, the meal finally ended. Everyone left the table, and Jinya tidied up while turning to ask, Mr. Chen? Miss Chen? Would you like to soak in the hot spring tonight? Do you need me to prepare the water for you? Chen Na turned around and replied, We'll soak, thank you for the trouble. Butler Jinya heard this and said, Yes, I'll clean up and go upstairs to fill the water right away. After the exchange, Chen Yuan's group left. Chen Na turned to ask, Chen Yuan, we're going to Lincheng tomorrow morning. Do you think it's too rushed? Chen Yuan replied, No, I think it's okay. Chen Na heard this and asked again, Well, Xinwu and I want to go out for a walk. Do you want to come with us? Chen Yuan replied, I'm not going. You two go ahead. Chen Na heard this and turned to Xinwu and said, Okay, Xinwu, let's go for a walk with Big Sis. Xinwu happily replied, Yes, Big Sis. After saying that, the two held hands and left, watching their backs. Chen Yuan thought to himself, Xinwu has no social experience. But Chen Na originally came from the sales industry, so her ability to observe expressions is very good. She must have noticed the clues between me and Jinya, and wants to create an opportunity for me. Nana is so understanding that it makes people feel sorry for her. At the same time, on Chen Na's side, behind her smile, was a heavy look in her eyes. She said to herself, As long as Chen Yuan doesn't develop real feelings, I won't care too much about those things. On the contrary, I have to thank Butler G. Otherwise, with someone on their period like me, there's definitely no way to make Chen Yuan completely happy. Moreover, instead of stopping Chen Yuan from finding other women or being ridiculously jealous and making him annoyed, it's better to let go when it's time to let go. This also shows my generosity and tolerance. Chen Yuan has given me a house worth more than 3 million yuan, a sports car worth more than 2 million, and even helped my parents buy a house and a car, plus 5 million in pocket money. Most importantly, he took me to meet his parents in the name of a girlfriend. Isn't this the treatment for a true chi star? What reason do I have to not be understanding? Thinking of this, she turned her eyes to her younger sister who was happily playing behind her. As for my younger sister, it's better not to interfere and let everything take its course. At the same time, at the villa, Jin Ya was preparing hot water. At this moment, Chen Yuan came from behind and asked, Did you sleep well last night? Ji Ya was startled and turned around, her cheeks flushed, and she replied in a flustered voice, It was okay. Chen Yuan heard this, sat down on the chair right behind Jin Ya, and his feet began to fidget restlessly, rubbing and asking, Didn't I tell you to go and choose some items at the boutique store? Why haven't you gone yet? Jin Ya replied, I'm not free today, I'll go tomorrow. Mr. Chen, don't be like this. Miss Chen is still downstairs. Chen Yuan heard this and said, They've gone out for a walk. We have to go to Licheng tomorrow. Speaking of this, Chen Yuan revealed a despicable smile and ordered, Come here and kneel down. Jin Ya hesitated and replied, Mr. Chen, it's not good. What if Miss Chen and everyone comes back? Before she could finish her sentence, Chen Yuan interrupted. Don't worry, they won't be back for at least another hour. Jin Ya heard this and asked worriedly, But wouldn't a normal walk only take 10 or 20 minutes? At this moment, as if thinking of something, Jin Ya was shocked and said to herself, Wait, so Miss Chen's request for me to fill the water has this meaning. She already knows about me and Mr. Chen. What kind of magic power does Mr. Chen have? Even if he has money, it shouldn't make women do this much, right? Not letting her think any further, Chen Yuan grabbed her head with the demeanor of a king and asked in a deep voice, Butler Ji, you have another hour. What are you waiting for? At this moment, Jin Ya was like a puppy who only knew how to obey. And so, 40 minutes later, the musical performance ended. Chen Yuan soaked in the warm water. Jin Ya massaged him while saying, Mr. Chen, I already suggested breaking up with my online boyfriend this afternoon. Chen Yuan heard this, looked up and asked, Have you thought it through? Jin Ya replied, Maybe it was because I was stimulated by you yesterday, and now I have no way to face him anymore. Chen Yuan smiled and said, I'm not taking the blame for this. Breaking up was your own choice. I didn't intend to destroy anything. I'm just telling the truth. Jin Ya replied, I know, Mr. Chen. I'm already over 20 years old this year. In small counties, I'm already at the age to get married, but I haven't been able to wait for the right person. Finally, I found an online boyfriend and placed all my hopes on him. Speaking of this, Jin Ya hesitated a little, and then continued. Now I completely understand. All of that was just my own fantasy, a way to escape reality. I can't continue to deceive myself anymore. Hearing these words, Chen Yuan's conscience was a little pricked. He thought, Sister Lin divorced for me, and now Butler Ji is breaking up for me. Am I creating too much karma? While he was still thinking, Jin Ya spoke again. Mr. Chen, the proposal you gave me yesterday, I still need to think about it. If I decide to follow you at that time, will you welcome me?
Chen Yuan smiled and replied, "Then I will definitely give you a warm welcome." Jin Ya heard this and placed a kiss on Chen Yuan's cheek and said, "Yes then, Mr. Chen. I won't soak with you any longer. The Miss Chen group should be back soon." Chen Yuan replied, "Okay, you can go." After saying that, Jin Ya left. Just as she went downstairs, she met Chen Na and Xin Wu returning. Chen Na happily asked, "Butler Ji, why are you back so early?" Looking at her expression, Jin Ya was full of suspicion and said to herself, "Miss Chen can still smile and greet me?" Then she politely said, "Miss Chen, can I have a few words with you in private?" Chen Na replied, "Okay." Then she turned to Xin Wu and said, "Xin Wu, go back first." Xin Wu obediently replied, "Yes, big sis." After Xin Wu left, Chen Na and Ji Ya chose a corner of the flower bed to sit down. Ji Ya mustered her courage and said in a timid voice, "Miss Chen, I'm sorry. I and Mr. Chen just—" Chen Na immediately interrupted. "I know what you're going to say, but you don't need to apologize to me. I really don't mind." She looked into the distance, smiled lightly and said, "Not only do I not mind, but I often worry that I'm not doing well enough." Hearing these words, Jin Ya couldn't help but doubt her life. "Huh? You've already done this much, and it's still not good enough? Then how much do you have to do to be considered good?" Chen now turned around, her face full of sympathy, and said, "Butler Ji, we are probably the same kind of people. Born in ordinary families, working in the service industry, and the trivial and ordinary life just goes on without stopping." Jin Ya replied, "This is really true." Chen Na smiled and continued, "So being able to be by the side of the person you love like this, isn't it also a kind of happiness?" Hearing this, Jin Ya seemed to have an epiphany and said to herself, "Miss Chen is right. There's no need to think about this at all. I'm just an outsider who served him twice. And Mr. Chen is already willing to give such expensive gifts. Then how generous would he be to his own woman? Moreover, Mr. Chen is handsome and young." Thinking of this, Jin Ya turned to ask Chen Na, "But why are you telling me these things?" Chen Na replied, "To be fair, I should thank you." Jin Ya couldn't help but be surprised. "Thank me, Miss Chen. What are you thanking me for?" Chen Na just smiled lightly without answering. At this moment, Jin Ya remembered what happened just now. Her cheeks flushed unconsciously, and she said to herself, She wants to thank me because she shouldn't have asked me to do it for her? Miss Chen is so understanding. She's truly the perfect model of a mistress. If I'm by Mr. Chen's side in the future, I must learn from her experience. Thinking of this, Jin Ya stood up quickly, her cheeks flushed, bowed and said, "Miss Chen, I understand. Sorry for bothering you. I'll go back first." Chen Na saw this and reached out to stop her and said, "Wait a minute, Butler Ji. Do you know how to drive?" Jin Ya replied, "I know. What's the matter, Miss Chen?" Chen Na stood up and said, "Can I invite you to be our driver and guide for the next 5 days? We also plan to go to Licheng. And Licheng, you're a local, so you must be more familiar with the area." Speaking of this, Chen Na's cheeks flushed red. "Of course, I also need to trouble you to take care of our food and living arrangements, especially Chen Yuan." Hearing this proposal, Jin Ya's cheeks were as red as ripe tomatoes, and she said to herself. Seeing Ji Ya silent and unresponsive, Chen Na continued, "Butler Ji, would that work? Don't worry about the compensation. We won't let you suffer any losses." Jin Ya finally spoke. "The company can provide similar services. I'll go back and report it." Chen Na replied with a smile, "Okay." After the exchange, Jin Ya left the villa, deep in thought. Miss Chen is always thinking of Chen Yuansheng, generous, thoughtful, and tolerant. This is the proper cultivation of a lover. Not to mention Chen Yuansheng, if I were a man, I definitely couldn't leave Miss Chen. Meanwhile, back in the room, Chen Na sat on the bed, hugging Chen Yuan's arm gleefully, and said, "Hubby, I think it would be more convenient to have a local guide in Licheng and Licheng. What do you think?" Chen Yuan replied softly, "Whatever you decide." Hearing this, Chen Na said, "Okay, I've found Butler Ji to be our guide and driver. Do you think that's okay?" Chen Yuan replied with a smile, "Of course." Bro's thinking, "Nay, why do you need a guide? You're clearly looking for someone to sleep with me." Then, he raised his hand to caress Chen Na's cheek and said, "You're so understanding, it makes my heart ache." Chen Na replied, "This is what I should do. Hubby, take a rest. I'm gonna take a shower." With that, Chen Na turned and left. Chen Yuan then took out his phone to check the notifications, muttering to himself, "It's only been 2 days since I contacted Hui Hui, and there are already 45 unread messages." With that thought, the clown opened the messages to read. Min Hui sent a message. "Yuan Bio, you haven't contacted me much these past 2 days. I know you miss me. Let me show you some goodies. to relieve your cravings. Accompanying the message were several very revealing photos, with all sorts of poses in her hoodie. Chen Yuan finished reading and replied, "No time to look at the phone." Upon receiving the message, Minhui immediately called back, her voice somewhat expectant, asking, "When will you be back? Tomorrow is the start of the holiday. I still want to see you one more time before going home." Chen Yuan replied, "About 4 to 5 days." Hearing this, Minhui said, "Then I'll wait for you." Then she took out a red booklet and showed it off. "Yuan Bao, I went to take over the house this morning, and I got the red book too. Hey hey." Chen Yuan saw this and said,
"In the next 2 days, if you see anything else the house needs, just send me the bills. By the time summer vacation is over, the interior decoration should be finished." Minhui happily replied, "Yes, okay." At the same time, in the girls' dormitory of the school, Chao Lei came to find Jing Han. As soon as she entered, seeing Jing Han packing her things, she asked, "Senior, what are you doing packing? Don't you still have to wait for Chen Yuan to come back?" Jing Han stopped and turned to reply, "It's not certain when he'll be back, and even if he comes back, he may not have time to find us, so I plan to go home first, since it's still in the province. If he needs me, I'll come back immediately." Hearing this, Chao Lei said anxiously, "Senior, isn't that too passive? We have to take the initiative." Jing Han heard this and asked, "Take the initiative how?" Chao Lei raised her leg, winking playfully, and replied, "I've been practicing yoga for a few days and feel like I'm getting good again. It's a good time to find him and see if I've improved. Senior, I think you're doing well too. Why don't we both have Chen Yuan check us out?" Hearing this, Jing Han's cheeks flushed involuntarily, and she hesitated to ask, "Oh, still like last time? The two of us together?" Seeing her reaction, Chao Lei asked, "What's wrong? Senior, are you giving up? Didn't we say that we sisters would work together to squeeze Chen Yuan dry to the last drop?" Speaking of this, Jing Han immediately remembered the scene of 2 mills and 1 pestle, and quickly waved her hand, saying, "Chao Lei, why don't you go alone?" Chao Lei immediately objected, "How can that be? I definitely can't handle it alone. His stamina is terrifying. Last time, I almost fell apart." Speaking of this, she leaned closer, her expression full of dangerous questioning. "Are you really willing to lose to that Min Hui?" Then, she put her arm around her shoulder and said, "Senior, it's okay to go back a few days late. I'll send Chen Yuan a photo of us doing yoga later so he can look forward to it." At this point, Jing Han could only sigh helplessly and reply, "Okay, fine. Speak and act." Immediately, the two of them started doing yoga in the room. Chao Lei took a photo and sent it to Chen Yuan with the message, "Chen Yuan, Long Shuiji and I are waiting for you in Xingcheng. This is the result of today's yoga practice. Please check it out." After reading, Chen Yuan thought to himself, "It's still a few days before I return, but the harem is already scheduling dates in advance. But no matter how good these 2 girls are at yoga, they probably can't beat me. Your daddy here is packing." Time flies, and the next day, Shen Yuan's group got in the car heading straight to Lichang. After driving a long distance, Shen Yuan said to Jingya, "Butler Ji, if you're tired of driving, you can switch with me." Jingya replied, "Shen Yuan Sheng, it's okay, I can handle it." Hearing the answer, Shen Yuan said, "All right, don't overdo it." Jia replied, "Yes." She thought to herself, Chen Xiaoji already knows about my relationship with Shen Yuan Sheng, but this atmosphere is still hard to get used to. I feel like a third wheel. Or rather, the 4th. After who knows how long, the car stopped in front of an ancient-style gate. Jin Ya said, "Shen Yuan Sheng, Chen Xiaoji, we've arrived at Songlang Ancient Town. Should we go to the hotel first or eat first?" Shen Yuan suggested, "Let's eat at the hotel. We've been driving all afternoon. Everyone's tired." Jin Ya turned around and said, "I know a Yunnan specialty restaurant here that has amazing barbecue that they can deliver to the hotel. Shall we try it?" Shen Yuan replied, "Sounds good. Order some beer too. Nan and Xin Yun definitely won't drink, so it's just for the 2 of us. Don't buy too much. 3 bottles each should be enough." Xin Yu hesitated and said, Brother-in-law, can I have a little?" Shen Yuan was surprised and asked, "Can you even drink?" Xin Yu shyly replied, "I've never had it before, but I want to try a little." Shen Yuan agreed. "All right then." Seeing Shen Yuan agree, Chen Na wanted to say something to dissuade her, but stopped herself. Half an hour passed, and it was starting to get dark. The group was sitting at the table. Shen Yuan comfortably said, "Eating barbecue by Erhai Lake like this is really relaxing. Nade, you planned this trip very well." Chen Na raised her beer and said, "It's also thanks to Miss Ji's help." Jin Yao replied, "This is all part of my job." Over on the other side, Xin Yun took a sip of her beer, her face flushed, and she thought to herself, "I've dared to drink alcohol now, brother-in-law probably won't see me as a kid anymore, right?" A moment later, Chen Na stood up and said, "Hubby, I'm tired, I want to go rest. This big apartment has 4 bedrooms, how about we each take one?" Shen Yuan agreed, saying, "Okay." Before leaving, she didn't forget to tell Xin Yu to drink less. But at this moment, after downing a few cans, Xin Yu's face was blank, and she was frozen in place. Seeing this, Shen Yuan asked, "Xin Yu, are you drunk? You should go to bed early."
Xin Yu staggered to her feet, slurring her words. Yes, I know, brother-in-law."
With that, she stumbled away from the table, almost face-planting.
Seeing this, Shen Yuan rushed over to support her and turned to Jinya, saying,
"Butler Ji, please help her inside."
Jinya immediately stood up and replied,
"Yes, I will."
Xin Yu struggled and said,
Brother-in-law, I'm not drunk, and I don't want anyone else to help me. I only want you to help me."
Hearing this, Jinya had no choice but to sit back down. Shen Yuan helped her up and coaxed her.
Right, you're not drunk. Is it okay if brother-in-law helps you to your room like this?" With that, he took her hand and led Xin Yun inside. Seeing this scene, a thought.
Shen Yuan finished carrying Xin Yu back to her room, but the girl was completely faded, mumbling, "I'm not sleepy, brother-in-law, and I'm definitely not drunk." As Shen Yuan helped her with her shoes, he just sighed. "Yeah, I get it, you're totally sober, but it's bedtime now. Be a good girl."
Xin Yu wasn't having it, and snapped back, "Can you stop treating me like a literal child? I'm a grown woman with my own thoughts, okay?" Shen Yuan just played along to keep the peace. Sure, you're a big girl now." Suddenly, Xin Yu wrapped her arms around Shen Yuan's neck, her face flushed red as she whispered, "Brother-in-law, I'm not blind. I saw you peeking at the hot springs, and even that time in the bathroom at home."
Shen Yuan's heart skipped a beat, and he immediately covered her mouth. "Chill out, Xin Yu. If you keep talking, you're going to be too embarrassed to even look at me tomorrow morning." She pushed his hand away and asked in a low, suggestive voice,
"Why do you like looking at me so much? Do you actually have a thing for me?"
Hearing this, Shen Yuan realized the situation was dire, thinking to himself, "Yep, my sister-in-law is officially wasted."
But she wasn't done yet, pressing him for answers. "You're not exactly the loyal type, are you? It's one thing to look at my sister and me, but why were you checking out Sister Jian too? You're tall, handsome, and loaded, but you can't be doing all that."
Shen Yuan pushed her hands off, feeling the second-hand embarrassment. All right, that's enough. He thought if she kept going, his cool brother-in-law persona was going to be deleted forever. Xin Yu just locked her arms around his neck even tighter. "Nice try, but I'm not letting go." Shen Yuan tried one last time to be the voice of reason. "Xin Yu, just lie down and sleep, please?" But she fired back, "I'm 18, I'm not a kid, so stop using that nursery rhyme voice with me."
To prove her point, she reached for her collar and unbuttoned it, flashing her massive plot armor right in his face. "See? I'm fully developed. Don't believe me? Take a look."
She kept mumbling while revealing her assets. "You like them, don't you? You're always peeking, I know your secrets. You look at Sister G's too, but aren't mine way bigger?" Shen Yuan could only let out a heavy sigh, thinking, she's beyond drunk. At this rate, things are about to go south real fast.
Xin Yu's eyes grew dreamy as she continued, "Did you know? I think about you every single day. During the day, and especially at night. Just like right now." Shen Yuan cut her off immediately. "Okay, that's enough talk for tonight."
She grabbed his face with both hands, refusing to back down. "No! I'm gonna say it!"
Then she tilted her head, offering her cherry-red lips like a total snack. "Brother-in-law, do you want to kiss me? I promise I won't tell my sister."
She closed her eyes halfway and leaned in closer. Shen Yuan was breaking a sweat, thinking if she were sober, he'd definitely send it. But taking advantage of a drunk girl, that's not the Sigma way.
When she didn't get a response, she opened her eyes with a pout. "What gives? Do you not like kissing me?" Shen Yuan gave her a gentle smile. "It's not that, Xin Yu. Don't overthink it." Hearing that, she grabbed his hand and placed it right on her double peaks, saying, "Then do you want to touch me instead? I swear, your secret is safe with me."
She closed her eyes again.
"I'm giving you the green light myself, so don't worry about my sister."
Feeling that undeniable softness in his palm, Shen Yuan's gaze sharpened with a sudden flash of resolve. The next second, he lunged forward and pinned Xin Yu down on the bed.
He looked her dead in the eye and said seriously, "Xin Yu, you're going to regret this the moment you wake up tomorrow." But she just giggled. "I won't regret a thing, because this is just a dream, brother-in-law. Just a dream. I'll forget everything when I wake up anyway."
Shen Yuan gripped her hands tighter, testing her. "Oh? Have you had other dreams like this?" He realized she was only being this bold because she thought she was in a dream world.
"So many," she whispered. When Shen Yuan asked for an example, she turned her head away shyly. "I can't just tell people about my dreams. Especially not you."
Shen Yuan tightened his grip, playing the bad guy role. "Not gonna talk? Then you're getting a punishment." Xin Yu winced. "Ow, okay, I'll tell you." She started confessing, I dreamt about the first time you came to our house. You didn't just bully my sister, you broke into my room to bully me too.
I dreamt that you burst in while I was in the shower, and, well, you know what happened after that.
She let out a little hee-hee and continued. There was even one where my sister was arguing with you, so I left my door cracked open on purpose, and you came in and covered my mouth so I wouldn't make a sound. Shen Yuan was sweating buckets now, thinking, the classic, dreaming of what you crave trope? Has she really been thinking about this stuff every night? Suddenly, she hugged him tight and hesitated. Thinking about those dreams always makes me... Well, every single time. Can you just sleep with me tonight, since it's just a dream and all? Shen Yuan gently unwrapped her arms. I'm gonna have to pass on that one. He knew his sister-in-law's brain was currently fried, and he couldn't cross that line. He carefully fixed her clothes and tucked her in. Just keep dreaming then. Have a good sleep. He walked out of the room, checking his phone and thinking, good thing I kept my cool, or she would have really caught these hands. But if she's dreaming this every night, sooner or later, I'm gonna have to make those dreams a reality. Meanwhile, Jinya received a text from Shen Yuan. Manager Ji, I'm waiting in my room for you. She stared at her phone, confused. Wait, isn't he with Xin Yu? What's the play here? Does he want both of us at once? I wouldn't have come if I knew it was a 2v1. She sent back a voice message. Sorry, Mr. Shen, I don't do trios. My apologies. Shen Yuan was baffled. What are you even talking about? Jin Yuan replied. Aren't you with the young Miss Chen? Shen Yuan snapped back. Stop tripping. I'm in my own bedroom. A moment later, Jin Ya showed up at his door. As soon as she walked in, she hit him with a 90-degree bow. I'm so sorry, Mr. Shen. I totally misunderstood the situation. She felt like a total clown, thinking her brain was lagging. It's nighttime. Why am I bowing like I'm at the office? My employee habits are acting up again. Shen Yuan looked her over. Why are you wearing that specific outfit? What technician number are you tonight? Jin Ya fixed her posture, her face turning beet red. Mr. Shen. I am technician number 88 and I'm ready to serve. Shen Yuan smirked. I see. Well then, let's get started. Hearing those words, Jin Ya immediately got to work. Since the artist only drew half the scene here, I'll let you guys fill in the blanks with your imagination. Meanwhile, back at Lin Yu Cheng's place in Xingcheng, the fat old man Zheng Xianyang walked in yelling, Why is it pitch black in here? No lights on? Yu Cheng! Yu Cheng! He flipped the switch, grumbling, It's this late and this woman isn't even home? Don't tell me she's out there sneaking around with some other guy. But as soon as the lights hit the table, he saw a massive set of divorce papers waiting for him. He picked them up, his face turning purple with rage. Divorce? What the hell is this woman trying to pull? In total contrast to his anger, a photo of Yu Cheng holding tulips was sitting on the table, her gentle smile looking like she was laughing straight. Zhang Xiang roared in anger. He was serving her hand and foot every day. She didn't need to go out and work hard. She could just stay at home and be a full-time housewife, and she still dared to suggest a divorce with him, demanding the house, the car, and all the savings and custody of the child? Has being a housewife made her delusional? All of this was earned by him with hard work? Why should he give it all to her? Speaking of which, Zheng Xiang picked up the envelope placed under the divorce paper and looked at it. His eyes froze instantly. Where did she get these pictures from? Inside the envelope were pictures of him and some chick getting busy in the car, along with a letter from her lawyer. After receiving this agreement, you have 2 days to think about it. Either sign it or don't. If you don't sign, I will send all these chat logs and pictures to your company headquarters, and I will also publicize all your corrupt behavior on social media. In addition, I will also take legal action. Signed, Lin Yuchang. Zheng Xiang finished reading, turned purple with anger, and muttered to himself. This house is worth 1.8 million yuan on the market. The old car can be sold for 200,000 yuan, plus 500,000 yuan in savings, a total of more than 2.5 million yuan. Lin Yuchang, does she want to make him broke overnight? But if he goes through the litigation process, with these pictures the probability is high that he will lose the case. If things get noisy, he may even be fired by the company. He remembered Yu Cheng's appearance and muttered to himself. In fact, Lin Yucheng is very excellent in all aspects. Beautiful, big chest, virtuous. Since getting married, she has never bothered him with housework, and when buying the house, her parents helped with an additional 600,000 yuan. Then he immediately called her. After a while, the other side only responded with beeping sounds. Zheng Xiang was annoyed when he saw this, and muttered, Has she blocked me? Then he'll call her parents. As he said, Zheng Xiang immediately called Yu Cheng's parents, but the beeping sounds still rang endlessly. His mood became more and more restless. Damn it, even her parents blocked his phone number. It seems that this time she is determined to divorce him. He thought to himself, at least she should leave him something, right? After all, they were husband and wife. There's no need to be so heartless. In the end, he had no choice but to put down the pen and sign.
Now is not the time to think about those things. The top priority now is to keep this job. At the same time, at the Xihua Hotel, Tiannan, after a fierce battle with Qi Ya, Shen Yuan took out his phone to check the message. It was a message from Shui Wei. Shen Yuan, the renovation of the house is completed. All the smart home appliances have also been installed and checked. When are you coming back to inspect it? Shen Yuan replied, you can inspect it for me. If there are no problems, he will transfer the remaining money.
Shui Wei read it and texted back.
When are you coming back? Shen Yuan replied. In 3 or 4 days. Shui Wei texted back. Yes. After reading the message, Shen Yuan smiled to himself. Shui Wei is not like the class belle, she has a straightforward personality. She clearly wants to say that she misses him, but she only knows how to say things like, when are you coming to inspect it? When are you coming back?
Coach Liu also has more than a dozen unread messages.
Thinking of this, he opened Meng Lu's message to read. Hubby. The gym reform measures have been implemented very effectively. The new regulations are now promoting the positivity of the female trainers very well. Look, they are very enthusiastic about filming videos. Attached is a video of a hot-bodied gym girl working out, and then she texted, this is the 3rd day I've been waiting for you to come back. Miss you. Shen Yuan read this, and texted back, I'll reward you when I get back. At this moment, the phone rang. It was Yu Jifeng calling.
Shen Yuan answered the phone and asked, Director Yu, what's the matter? Yu Jifeng replied, sorry President Shen, sorry to bother you so late. The thing is, Xu Xiaotai, the Vice President of Foreign Trade, has recently given negative feedback on the school's health checkup project. I made an appointment with him to discuss the quotation, but he kept refusing to meet. I don't know what the problem is.
Shen Yuan smiled secretly when he heard this.
The current health checkup center mainly relies on individual customers and small and medium-sized enterprises. While the foreign trade school has more than 20,000 students, if this business is successful, the expansion of the school service sector in the future will be twice as effective with half the effort. So this project must be won. His relationship with Xu Xiaotai was entirely due to the 10 million yuan he invested in the new startup area.
Could it be that he is planning to cross the river and demolish the bridge? Then he asked, Director Yu, has Xu Xiaotai's son's matter been resolved? Yu Jifeng replied, it's been resolved. Shen Yuan asked again, could it be because the foreign trade school is on summer vacation? Yu Jifeng replied,
it's probably not because of the holiday.
If he was busy, he would have been busy last week. And the exchanges last week were still very good. Shen Yuan heard this and ordered, go find out if there are any other health checkup centers in Xinjiang that are approaching him. If there is any progress, send me a message on WeChat. Yu Jifeng obeyed and replied, yes, President Shen.
After the exchange, Shen Yuan hung up the phone and thought to himself, if Zhu is really greedy and wants to play tricks on him, he has a backup plan. He can't touch the 10 million yuan of startup capital without his consent. Only 560,000 yuan has been dispersed to Mo Zhenwang, Yan Song, and Lu Xinyue in the first phase, and most of the rest is with those 4 golden flowers. But it is also possible that he wants to compare it with other quotations, and then he will find him to force down the price. But no matter what the reason is, his current approach is making people uncomfortable. In addition to Xu, Kong Zongping and Lu Zhaojiang are all in the same boat. The only person who can help at this time is probably the counselor. Although her position is low, she has participated in some school projects after all. Maybe he should give it a try. Thinking of this, he called Li Zhao. Teacher Li, I need your help with something in the next 2 days.
Time flies, and it's morning the next day. After a night of partying, Xin Yu woke up and muttered, oh, why did I go to bed without changing into my pajamas? Did I drink too much yesterday? Did my brother-in-law take me back to my room?
She began to piece together fragments of her memory, vaguely remembering what happened yesterday. Her cheeks flushed red. How could she have said those things to her brother-in-law yesterday? Could it be that she was dreaming? Thinking of this, Xin Yu just wanted to find a hole to crawl into, and said to herself in shame, it's over, it's not a dream. She really did that with her brother-in-law. She's definitely doomed this time. She's so embarrassed that she wants to die.
At this moment, Chen Na came outside, knocked on the door and called, Xin Yun, are you awake yet? Let's have breakfast.
Xin Yu was startled and replied in a panic, awake. I'm awake. Right after, he hurriedly changed clothes and stepped out, just in time to see Jinya talking to Chen Na. Jinya was saying, this morning we can visit the ancient city or the 3 pagodas of Chengsheng Temple, and then in the afternoon go to Snow Mountain. Hearing this, Chen Na said, let's skip the ancient city and go to the 3 pagodas of Chengsheng Temple. If we have enough time, then we'll go to Snow Mountain.
And so, according to the planned itinerary, Jinya took everyone to the 3 pagodas of Chengsheng Temple. a tall pagoda located in the middle of the temple grounds, with the natural scenery of trees blending perfectly. On the grass, some horses were leisurely grazing.
Jinya pointed towards them and said, "Mr. Chen, Miss Chen, how about we climb the mountain tomorrow? This afternoon we can go horseback riding."
Shen Yuan immediately agreed. He thought to himself, "I'm always riding fake horses. This time I finally get to ride a real one."
10 minutes later, Ji Ya brought the group to the horse ranch. She pointed to a guy riding a horse and introduced him.
"Mr. Shen, this is the instructor."
Meanwhile, the instructor was intently admiring the girls next to Shen Yuan, thinking to himself,
"What a lucky day. These beautiful ladies probably don't know how to ride horses."
He then dismounted and said,
"Let's start by getting acquainted with the horses first. Before getting on, you must pet their fur to create a good impression. Riding a horse is actually like driving a car. It's very simple to start, but it's not easy to drive well. Later, I'll take you girls for a few rides, and you'll know right away. Who wants to try first?"
Jinya raised her hand and replied, "I'm a local. I've ridden horses before, so I don't need a guide."
Beside her, Xinyu showed a disgusted expression, thinking to herself, "Letting another man guide me on horseback? No way."
Chen Na smiled and said, "I'm not feeling well, so I won't ride. You guys go ahead and have fun."
Seeing this, Shen Yuan said, "Instructor, guide me."
With that, our boy called the system.
"System, I need to use the skill pack exchange card." The system immediately displayed a notification. Host can choose primary combat skill, primary cooking skill, primary race car driving skill, primary horseback riding skill. Shen Yuan immediately commanded, "Primary horseback riding skill."
The system notified, "Host has successfully exchanged. Can be used for horseback riding, controlling horses, riding horses."
At the same time, information about riding horses and skills were gradually sinking deep into Shen Yuan's mind and muscles.
After that, our MC thought to himself,
"Aren't these three phrases the same thing? Wait, these three things are really not the same. It includes not only the habits of horses, but also how to use reins, stirrups, whips, and also skills to increase and decrease speed and brake." At this time, the instructor had already climbed onto the horse. He pointed to the footrest and said, "This is the stirrup, later you just step on this. This is the rein, later just grab this. Come on, get on the horse."
Shen Yuan stepped forward and suggested,
"Let me sit behind you, instructor."
Hearing this suggestion, the instructor asked with some surprise, "Sit behind? If that's the case. But if that's the case, there's a chance you'll fall. This won't do." Before he could finish, Shen Yuan jumped onto the horse's back. The instructor panicked and said, "Hey bro, don't mess around. Riding a horse is a high-risk sport. It's best to listen to professionals like us." Before the words were finished, Shen Yuan grabbed the reins and spurred the horse on.
Immediately, the horse zoomed forward like the wind. Seeing this scene, the instructor helplessly thought to himself, "What the hell? Is this riding a horse? He's clearly riding on my head."
Standing behind and watching this scene, all three, Jinya, Chen Na, and Xinyu, couldn't help but widen their eyes in astonishment. Jinya asked, "Xinyu, isn't your brother-in-law not know how to ride a horse?" Xinyu replied, I don't know either." 10 minutes later, after going around once, the horse returned, and the instructor was dizzy and staggered down.
Ouch! Shen Yuan saw this, and sarcastically said, "Instructor, how about we go around again?" He quickly waved his hand and replied, "No need, big bro. I'm not going anymore. You can have it your way." Shen Yuan said smugly, "That's a pity. I was still wanting someone in front to guide me." The instructor heard this, and couldn't help but curse in his heart. Rides even better than this old man. What guidance does he need? Jingya then stepped forward and asked, "Mr. Shen, so you've ridden horses before?" Shen Yuan replied, "Of course. Haven't you ridden before too?"
Hearing these words, Jinya blushed and thought to herself, "Mr. Shen is so naughty."
At this time, Shen Yuan turned to Xinyu and asked, "Xinyu, do you want to ride?"
Hearing these words,
back to our girl, Xinyu, cheeks flushed red, stuttering, she says, "I've never ridden before, so I'm a little scared."
Jiya, seeing this, encourages her. "Xinyu, riding is easy. The horses here are well trained, and your brother-in-law is behind you. Don't worry." Shen Yuan then extends his hand to Xinyu, beckoning, "Step on this pedal to get on."
Looking at Shen Yuan's hand, Xinyu's cheeks are as red as ripe tomatoes. She carefully takes it, and just like that, poof! Shen Yuan pulls Xinyu onto the horse, seating her neatly in front. From this angle, Shen Yuan's cheeks involuntarily flush. He thinks, "My sister-in-law's figure is seriously top tier." Thinking this, Shen Yuan takes Xinyu's hand and places it on the saddle grip. His eyes forward, he carefully instructs, "Hold tight. We're starting." Xinyu, a little embarrassed, thinks, "This position with my brother-in-law is so awkward."
Barely having thought this, Shen Yuan suddenly spurs the horse, shouting, "Let's go!" Immediately, the horse gallops forward at full speed. Shen Yuan carefully guides. Xin Yu, don't step too hard. The horse interprets the rider's commands through movement. The tighter you grip, the more excited it gets. Try holding the reins. But don't pull too hard. Lean forward slightly and shift your weight forward. If you're uncomfortable, you can lift your butt a little higher. Hearing this, Xin Yu thinks, is my brother-in-law sure he's teaching me to ride? But she still does, as told. Seeing that booty swaying back and forth in front of him, Shen Yuan can't hide his awkwardness. This is a tough situation, but I'm seriously just teaching her to ride. At the same time, in a corner, a man approaches the trainer and asks, still feeling down? The trainer clenches his fist full of resentment, replying, who knew he was so skilled? The man puts on a knowing face and says, those who can afford to come here are all rich, especially those men who bring beautiful women, because they can earn money that you can't, and date girls you can't. Their abilities are naturally superior to yours and mine in every way. The trainer replies, I thought the woman in the stands was his wife, but I didn't expect him to be hooking up with his sister-in-law. Hearing this, the man says, everyone with money has a wild side. Worry less about the customers, affairs, if you want to stay in this industry. The trainer helplessly replies, all right. Back to Shen Yuan and Xin Yu. After 10 minutes of instruction, Shen Yuan gently asks, Xin Yu, have you gotten the hang of it? Can we speed up a little? Xin Yu replies, okay. Finishing her sentence, she spurs the horse forward. With each gallop, there is direct friction. I wonder if Vienge's pants are feeling a bit tight under this high-intensity friction. Our boy excitedly says, faster, faster, even faster, until the horse returns to the starting point. Seeing her little sister guiding the horse back, Chen Na smiles slightly in praise. Xin Yu learns so fast. In her eyes, there seems to be something unspeakable. Returning to the hotel after the ride, Shen Yuan takes off his shirt, and a figure appears from behind. Jin Ya approaches, gently knocking 3 times on the door, and asks, Shen Sheng, are you tired today? Do you need me to give you a massage? Shen Yuan hears this and replies, yes, very much so. I need a massage on my back and butt. The saddle made me a little uncomfortable. Jin Ya hears this, and takes out a bottle of essential oil, carefully pouring it into her hand, and then begins the massage. She softly asks, Shen Sheng, I also want to ask, if I go to Nan province with you, what will I do? Shen Yuan replies, personal assistant responsible for meeting my daily needs including food, clothing, accommodation, and travel. Also need someone to manage my home, cars, and stores. He thinks to himself, Coach Liu used to handle these tasks, but now she has important responsibilities at the company, and needs a more professional personal assistant to take care of things. Ji Ya hears this and says, if you don't own too many houses, cars, or stores, I think I can handle it. Shen Yuan replies, not much, just a villa, 2 cars, and a store. May add more later, but not much. Ji Ya says, Shen Sheng, I'm not worried about you offering me a low salary, I'm just worried that you'll find a better lifestyle assistant later and kick me to the curb. Shen Yuan replies, don't worry, I can promise you that I will never abandon any woman loyal to me. Jin Ya hears this and asks, if I work for you, will I live with your women? Shen Yuan replies, no, my private villa will be completed soon and we can move in. Then you will live there with me. They normally live in separate places. Hearing this, all the doubts in Jin Ya's heart are completely dispelled. She resolutely says, all right, I will resign when I get back. If all goes well, I can come in a week. Shen Yuan replies, satisfied. Just then, a knock sounds from outside. Knock, knock, knock. Ji Ya asks a little worriedly, is it Miss Chen? Or the other Miss Chen? Shen Yuan sits up straight, points to one side, and says, you first go hide in the closet. Jin Ya immediately obeys, feeling a little ashamed of this sneaky behavior. Finished, Shen Yuan walks to open the door. It's Xin Yu, her cheeks flushed red, awkwardly saying, brother-in-law, I have something to tell you. Shen Yuan puts his shirt back on and replies, come in and talk. Xin Yu obediently enters. Shen Yuan then asks, what's wrong, Xin Yu? Xin Yu shyly says, I drank too much last night, so I don't remember some things. I only remember that you brought me back to my room. Do you remember anything that happened after that? Shen Yuan smiles and replies, don't worry, nothing happened. Even if something did happen, your brother-in-law wouldn't change his mind about you. Xin Yu hears this and turns to say, brother-in-law, I want to ask you something. Shen Yuan nods and replies, ask away. Xin Yu's cheeks flush red, and she doesn't know how to start. Stuttering, brother-in-law. Seeing her like this, Shen Yuan immediately knows what she's going to say. He immediately changes the subject and says, Xin Yu, next time when you wear pajamas out,
You should check them first. It's okay here with me, but you should pay attention in other places. Xin Yu hears this and looks down at her speakers, clearly showing the volume control buttons, and thinks embarrassedly, how could this happen? Why did I come here without a bra? Now my brother-in-law will misunderstand me even more.
She quickly raises her hands to cover them, saying, "Brother-in-law, actually, I just forgot. I really forgot."
Seeing this, Shen Yuan pats her shoulder to reassure her, saying, "Yeah, it's okay, it's very normal. I also often forget things. However, with your figure, buying clothes might be difficult." Xin Yu hears this and awkwardly avoids eye contact. Embarrassedly says, "It's really not easy to buy. Sometimes I'm jealous of my sister. She looks good in everything." Shen Yuan looks down at the speakers and says,
"She's also jealous of you. You have something she doesn't have."
Sitting in the closet, listening to the conversation, Jin Ya can't help but feel that something is off. What kind of pickup line is Shen Sheng using? Suddenly, Shen Yuan unexpectedly puts his hand on Xin Yu's waist. She awkwardly says, brother-in-law."
Shen Yuan gently reassures, "Xin Ying, your brother-in-law doesn't mean anything bad. I just want to see if you were injured while riding today. Let me check your injuries for you."
Xin Yu replies, face red, "They're just a few small bruises, nothing to worry about." Bro Shen Yuan hears this and gently lifts her chin, asking, "Really? Are you sure?" At this point, I, the translator, need to curse the author out. Teasing readers, of course, RIAT when things get spicy, another knock. Knock, knock, knock. Hearing that tingling sensation all over. This girl's heart is about to YEET itself out of her chest. She panics. "It's gotta be my sister. Bro, what do we do?" And then, her eyes lock onto the wardrobe like it's a life raft. "Big bro, I'll just hide for a sec. If my sister sees me here, I'm so dead." But our MC ain't having it. Along with his words, Shen Yuan reaches out to grab Xin Yu's hand, trying to stop her. Too late! Wardrobe door swings open and Xin Yu's face just drops.
Qin Ya sees this and slaps a hand over her mouth, whispering, "Xin Yu, it's just me, Qin Ya."
And with that, they both dive in and slam the door shut. Peak awkwardness unlocked. Qi Ya's thinking, of all the luck, the worst luck ever. I'm dying of embarrassment. Meanwhile, Xin Yu's brain is fried. Why is Madame Ji in my bro-in-law's closet? Seeing that things have calmed down, Shen Yuan opens the main door. He sees Chen Na and asks, "Now, what are you doing here so late?" Chen Na puts on her cutest face. "It's past midnight, hubby. Happy birthday. Am I the first to wish you happy birthday?" Just then, Shen Yuan's phone explodes with birthday messages from his whole harem. Shen Yuan pulls Chen Na into a hug, all smiles. "Of course, Na. Having you here to celebrate with me makes me so happy." Chen Na purrs. "My present's at home, it's a surprise. I'll show you when we get back." Shen Yuan. "Okay, then we'll unwrap it later." Chen Na caresses his face, cheeks getting flushed. "Hubby, can I have your first time at 22? Hearing this, the two waifus in the closet's eyes light up. Shen Yuan's a little awkward. "How about tomorrow morning?" Chen Na grabs his hand, holding on tight. "But I want it now." She gently places her hand on those luscious cherry lips. Then, she moves it down. Chen Na leans in close. "Anything goes, as my first birthday present, okay?" Shen Yuan's got no choice. "Okay, fine." The closet crew is speechless. If only we had Jiang Bap and Ko Xie to watch this 4D movie with. Xin Yu's thinking, bro-in-law's a legend. Who knew my sister was so skilled? Qin Ya just facepalms. Figures, right? Sisters for life. Big sis teaching little sis. Saves Shen Xianxing the trouble of holding her hand and personally training her. Maybe I should take notes too. I also wanna progress.
Qin Ya glances over at Xin Yu
and sees her spaced out. She gets curious. What's going on out there that's got Xin Yu so shook? With that thought, Qin Ya whispers, "Xin Yu, can I take a peek?" Outside, Chen Na is being punished, kneeling on the ground. But y'all know what's really going on. Heh. The two closet dwellers gulp hard at the sight. Time flies by. 45 minutes later, the movie finally ends. Chen Na leaves, giggling happily. "Hubby, get some rest, okay? I'm heading back." Shen Yuan nods. "Okay, see ya." Chen Na leaves. Door closes. Shen Yuan turns to the wardrobe. "You can come out now." The door opens, and who knows what they've just witnessed. Both Xin Yu and Qi Ya are drenched in sweat, faces flushed, panting textbook signs of being hardcore horny. Heh. Shen Yuan smirks. "My little sister-in-law was totally peeking, wasn't she?" That's when Xin Ying finally remembers to ask, "Oh right, sis Qi Ya, why were you in the closet?" Qin Ya awkwardly replies, "Young Master Shen was a little tired, so I came to dream for him, and I was afraid you'd misunderstand, so I hid in the closet. But then your sister showed up too." Xin Yu, eyes full of hope, pleads, "Bro-in-law, sis, Qi Ya, can you guys keep this a secret? I don't want my sister to know." Qi Ya reassures her, "Don't worry, lips are sealed." Inner monologue activated. Actually, she probably already knows everything, she's just playing along. She then stands up straight, switching to professional mode. Young Master Shen, do you need me for more dreaming? If not, I'll head out. Shen Yuan replies, nah, I'm good. Maybe next time, we'll get extra freaky. As she leaves, Xin Yu chimes in. So, bro-in-law, are you still gonna check my injuries? Her affection meter hits 72. She spins around and leaves, cheerfully saying, just kidding! Bye!
Shen Yuan, dumbfounded, is left standing there. Inner monologue. Hold up. Affection level is 72? Did it go up from watching the live show?
Time flies by, and the next morning golden rays of sunlight illuminate the garden, painting it in vibrant colors.
Shen Yuan, munching on breakfast, glances up and asks, Nah, what's the plan for today?
Chen Na checks her phone and reads from a note. During the day, we'll stroll through the Green Valley scenic area in Mini Juzaigu, and in the evening, we'll wander the ancient town and buy some souvenirs. Roughly, that's it. Meanwhile, Xin Yu and Xin Ya are acting all shifty and evasive, pretending to tidy up.
Shen Yuan turns to Xin Ya and says,
Xin Ya, after we get back, could you help me buy some local specialties from Lijiang? Xin Ya asks, how much should I prepare? Hearing this, Shen Yuan starts thinking about his harem, mentally counting everyone.
Inner monologue. Damn, I didn't realize it. Besides Na and Xin Yu, I actually have 8 more.
He leans in close to Xin Ya and whispers, 8 sets. Make sure each set is different. And budget about 20,000 yuan per person. Xin Ya obediently replies, understood.
Inner monologue activated. Her whole world just crumbled.
She knew young Master Shen had a few women around, but she never imagined there were this many. Before she can even process it, Shen Yuan speaks again. Actually, make it 10 people and prepare an extra 10 souvenir gifts with a budget of 500 yuan each for the company executives. Inner monologue.
Almost forgot about the little secretary.
Can't leave anyone out. Xin Ya immediately pulls out her phone to take notes. Yes, young Master Shen, I got it. After shopping tomorrow, send me the addresses, and I'll arrange for them to be shipped. Shen Yuan nods in satisfaction. Alright, that wraps up the trip nicely. The next day, Shen Yuan, Chen Na, and Xin Yu boarded a plane back to Star City. As soon as they step off the plane, Shen Xuan is already waiting. She rushes over and hugs Chen Na and Xin Yu, excitedly saying, Sisters-in-law, Xin Yu, you're finally back. I missed you so much. Shen Yuan is speechless. Hey, who's your actual blood relative here? Just then, a familiar figure approaches from the outside. Meng Lu. She walks over and calls out, Big bro! Then she leans in close to Shen Yuan's ear and whispers, I missed you to the point of death and back. Shen Yuan softly says, You're such a flirt. Meng Lu gently strokes a strand of her hair and replies, Only with you. Hey hey. Then she strikes a pose, showing off her bodacious figure, and continues, I especially wore a pony